So welcome to this spotlight session where we're going to be looking at the one leg kick and the scissors. Now we've looked at these previously on the mat, so what we're going to do now is bring in the foam roller, and with both movements it's going to change the dynamic quite dramatically. With the single leg kick, it's going to make the action a little bit stronger in the hip and the back chain, but we're going to get a lot of help to keep the lower back from being stressed. So on the movement, we're going to take the foam roller to just at the pelvis, at the crease where the hip and the pelvis come together. The forearms are down here. Now in this position, what you've got is the ability to really keep a nice long open back. Still pressing through the forearms into the ground, palms pressed together, not a grab and a grip, so we don't want to tense up the forearms here. Shoulders stabilized. Now in this position here, not moving forward onto the elbows, staying back from them, what we're going to do is use the foam roller to support our pelvis as we take the leg off the floor. With the leg off the floor, keeping the center connected, remember that pelvic floor group, and then you're going to bring the leg in from the ankle to the glute. Take the leg out. Now here, because we're more supported, I'm going to give another option of bringing the heel in flexed, and then take it out, bring it in pointed, take it out, and take it down. All the time, try not to have the pelvis shifting on the roller. Other side. Now as I do this other side, on the original floor, a lot of people will do a 3 bounce movement with the knee. Here, we're doing it slow and focused, so the knee itself isn't put under any stress. But the focus is still, I'll try and do it badly to show you what can happen. If I relax and I do the action here, you see the knees dropping and my back's dropped. So the idea of the foam roller is allowing us to open that back out. When the leg comes in, it only comes in as far as you can bring it without dropping the pelvis, or without flattening the back. If you were to video yourself doing this movement, what you would see is the knee doesn't drop to the floor. So this movement is working through all of this back chain supported by the center. Again, if you feel you need to release the back when you come out, you might have pushed yourself a little bit too far. For the swimming version, I'm going to do this without the mat because I'm going to use the foam roller. What we're going to do is we're going to lay our spine down on the foam roller. So we're going to sit right down to the bottom end. Make sure that your head is going to be supported on that foam roller. Laying yourself down. And you see I've got the opportunity to keep the back of the neck nice and long. Rib cage not flaring, so I'm not relaxed on the foam roller. And the feet aren't wide. So if I was to push up and glance to my knees, they're not open. They're in alignment, the same alignment I would have standing. So in this position here, we're going to use the hands with a little bit less connection with the floor, so fingertips. Our goal might be to go to no fingers at all, but challenging with just one if you wish. Now here, we're going to keep the movement a little bit more simple. We're going to stay with single leg. In single leg, we're going to do the scissor action. Now the advantage here with the foam roller is the pelvis is higher, so as we take the leg out a little bit longer, make the weight more, we might find that you actually have an opportunity to open the hip slightly. I'm going to go for a straight leg now. As the leg goes lower, we get the opening of the hip. It's never going to bounce off the floor, bringing it back up. So we're strengthening and opening. Strengthening and opening. Your goal is with the fingers on the floor, try and bring the quality so there's no wobble and shake. Bend the knee in, place it down. We're not going to go to 2 legs when we're on the foam roller because it's already too unstable. We want the precision from the inside out, not the outside muscles grabbing. Top leg, first back leg comes up. I'm going to start with a longer lever immediately here. And this side for me definitely is more challenging, so I'm going to keep all the fingertips down. But even as I'm doing the movement, I'm not distracted by the movement itself. I'm focusing on the quality of the spine, how much I'm using my fingertips, what are my shoulders doing, am I remembering that my Pilates breath is into the rib cage and not into the abdominal area, and keeping that lower back from flattening out or overarching. So working the hip joint and then lengthening the anterior hip joint. Bring it back up, bend the knee in, place it down, coming off the foam roller, just gently to the side, take it away. And whether you're working with a single leg kick or the scissors, both movements together will work the back chain and the front chain. but all of it is always coming from the center. So make sure that you've got your feeling of connected shoulders, using your Pilates principles of breath, center, and the precision is control the alignment, control the quality, and make sure that all those 5 fingers aren't losing the blood in the end of them as you press down too hard. I hope you enjoy practicing these movements with the foam roller.